Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Nicholas Wetzel.
And I'm Khalees McGee.
I'm John Carter.
And I'm Joe Champagne.
I'm Maddie Larkin.
And I'm Abby Payne.
I'm Kinsley Davis.
And I'm Mackenzie Parson.
And I'm Michaela Kirsch.
Auburn, Alabama, the best atmosphere in all of college sports.
He drives, it's lit.
Welcome to Sports Night in Auburn.
Dawn deep to the left.
Welcome to Sports Night in Auburn.
Sideline, going to the end zone.
Welcome to Sports Night in Auburn.
And welcome back to Sports Night in Auburn.
Welcome to Sports Night in Auburn. I'm Valerie Heffernan.
And I'm Justin Stuckey.
I'm Faith Richardson.
And I'm Micah Farmer.
Welcome to Around the SEC, where we take a trip around the greatest conference in the nation, following the biggest storylines and making bold predictions. I'm your host, Michaela Kelly.
War Eagle, Strictly Auburn family, we're back.
Today, Beat Bama Food Drive is out on Auburn's campus raising awareness for their organization, as well as working to raise money. They've invited student organization leaders to be dunked in a dunk tank. One dunk equals $1. $5 gets you unlimited dunks. That way they can promote their organization to students.
1 in 5 families in our state they don't know where their next meal is coming from. And so $1 provides 7 meals for families in need all across the 7 counties surrounding Lee County.
What's the only place you can get gas, a brisket sandwich, and a Beaver-themed merch all in one place? Well, it's Buc-ee's, of course, and you're in luck, because today was the grand opening of a new Buc-ee's in Auburn. Eagle Eye reporter Zach Card attended and is here to give us the inside scoop.
The Auburn Buc-ee's is open for business after months of construction. Eager for the ribbon-cutting ceremony were some big names, including Auburn Mayor Ron Anders, Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville, and one of the founders of Buc-ee's, Beaver Applin.
The race for Miss Auburn is by far the largest of the night, so we'll start off by breaking down its candidates. Nyla Blewett leads our exit polls with 90%, the largest margin tonight. She's a third-year apparel merchandising, product design, and management major. Second, Jillian Daughtry follows with 4% of the vote. A third-year student, Daughtry is majoring in nursing. Next is Kate Preston and BB Rich, who both hold 3% of the vote respectively.
University Program Council loves putting on fun events for students. Tonight, we look at the Student Center Takeover.
Have you ever wondered where Aubie gets all of his fun costumes and props on game day? Well, the answer might be a few dedicated Auburn students who meet weekly before home games to make all of those awesome things.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye at 6. I'm back with your weather update for the week. Today we saw temperatures up in the mid-70s, and unfortunately we also saw rain. Tomorrow temperatures will be up into the 80s with no chance of rain and only a few possible clouds. So be prepared for some warmth on your way to the last day of classes. Saturday will be just as warm, and Sunday will cool down slightly into the lower 70s with another chance of rain. Next week we see temperatures going down into the lower 50s and even down into the 40s in the mornings, but we have highs of low 70s. That's your weather update for the week. I'm Mackenzie Parson with Eagle Eye News at 6.
This past Friday, around approximately 10 a.m., the Auburn Communications Department was alerted to an unknown white male that looked to be deceased located outside of Sky Bar Cafe. According to Auburn police, first responders on the scene confirmed the unknown person to be deceased and discovered through further investigation that the victim was a 36-year-old white male from Georgia. Auburn police detectives were notified of the discovery and found that video footage from the area revealed that the man had fallen from a wall. As this investigation continues to unfold, Eagle Eye TV will keep you updated. This is Ainsley Ehlers reporting.
Eagle, I'm Jolie Kavanaugh, and welcome to From the Plains to the Pros. Week 3 of the NFL season just wrapped up with Auburn represented by 27 players on active rosters. So let's get into it.
Now it is time for everybody's favorite segment on the show, the Tweets of the Week. First TOTW goes to Cornhusker Nation, the University of Nebraska's women's volleyball team, as they just set a huge world record. The largest crowd ever at a women's sporting event filled the entire Memorial Stadium as 92,003 fans watched the 5-time NCAA champions beat Omaha. Check out this video of the insane environment to celebrate this amazing feat. The second tweet of the week goes to Auburn great Cam Superman Newton because he heard that new head coach Hugh Freeze, the coldest coach in the game, begins the Freeze Watch era ahead of the Tigers' Week 1 matchup against UMass.
Here we are, 2 days away from the most anticipated Auburn football season. I'm ready. Are you? But wait. Before we get things kicked off, let me make sure the weather's right. No, not the heat. Not the rain. Yeah, that's more like it. Bring on the freeze, baby. War Eagle.
Attached to the rehab area is the first of 2 locker rooms in the facility. This locker room is described as more of a player lounge. The circular room is not meant to hold equipment and is just there for players to have a place to relax. Did I mention there's a barbershop inside? The second locker room, affectionately called the Armory, was modeled off of the idea of a mud room. This space is where players will keep all of their equipment. Each locker is equipped with a helmet dryer, shoulder pad dryer, and storage compartment for braces and cleats. The air in this room is cycled in and out every 4 hours, 365 days a year.
Got a lot of questions about exactly how we're going to be, and truthfully, I don't know all the answers to that yet. This is a strange feeling in some ways for me. I've never experienced going into fall camp and having so many unknowns in my mind.
The only opportunity fans had to see their team in action was during A-Day in April. The offense wasn't able to run at full capacity because of the rain throughout the game, and a month after the game, a new transfer quarterback from Michigan State, Peyton Thorne, joined the team and will fight for the starting spot.
Have you ever wondered how to make the Buc-ee's world-famous chopped brisket sandwich? Well, the creator of the recipe and former competition barbecuer, Randy Pauly, gave us a look behind the counter at how the magic is done. Check this out.
Welcome to the TRU. We're here in Auburn, Alabama. We're breaking down a brisket. What do we have on the board? Fresh brisket on the board. Fresh brisket on the board. That's right, folks, a Texas-style brisket right here. Now, what we're doing right here is we're separating the point and the flat. What it means is the lean part and the moist part. We're going to separate that because in between those two, there's a layer of fat. We want a little bit of fat, but not a lot. So he's going to take it, he's going to trim it up, we're going to chop it up, sauce it up, and it's here in Auburn. Oh, yeah.
With classes back in full force, the AU10 program is back in session.
Local businesses and local shops have joined this program. They are able to offer students 10% discount off their purchase. All you have to do is show your physical Tiger card.
Sophomore Belle Zimmerman put on an absolute show, leading the team in kills and digs as she scored on the Buccaneers again, and again. Zimmerman's presence was felt all over the court as she helped lead the Tigers to a 3-1 win.
The Deep South's oldest rivalry. #1 Georgia battling Auburn, and look who decided to make his return. Cam Newton in the building, getting Jordan hair going, and it had its effect because Auburn came out of the gates like it was 2010 again. On the first drive, a 66-yard dash from quarterback Peyton Thorne set up Alex McPherson for a 27-yard field goal to get the Tigers on the board first. Ensuing Dogs possession, Brock Bowers throwing across the middle gets nabbed by Jalen Simpson, marking his 4th interception already this season. Sir, it's September 30th. That is a bad man.
If you haven't heard, Auburn just unveiled the Frank Thomas statue, bringing tears to the iconic athlete's eyes. Fans screamed War Eagle in pure joy to help Frank Thomas reveal his statue at Plainsman Park. Here's some more about the Big Hurt getting his big day.
This guy can be an All-American, a first-rounder, tight end football player, and Coach Dye listens. He said, yeah, well, he said, here's the deal. I've watched him, and Hal has said he can be a first-round baseball player. And so he's going to be a baseball player, and he's going to be on football scholarship, and that's the way it's going to be. And nothing else was ever said.
Frank Thomas could have played football. Instead, he became the only SEC player to make the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. The Big Hurt received his statue in front of Auburn's Plainsman Park with family and friends in attendance.
It was homecoming on the Plains, and you could feel it as Auburn hosted the Sanford Bulldogs Saturday night at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Men's basketball is officially back in action. The Tigers held their first official practice yesterday, and head coach Bruce Pearl allowed the media to film. This marks Pearl's 10th season on the Plains. He has led Auburn to 3 SEC championships and a Final Four appearance in 2019. He looks to add that to the resume with both familiar players as well as new players. Freshman Aiden Holloway is one that looks to make a major impact. He's a 5-star recruit and was named a 2023 McDonald's High School All-American. He has the task of taking over the point guard position alongside Trey Donaldson after Wendell Green Jr.'s departure.
Transfer students Denver Jones, Chaney Johnson, and Chad Baker Mazzara. Returnees include last year's starters Janai Broom, as well as Jalen Williams, and veterans KD Johnson, Chris Moore, Dylan Cardwell, and Lior Behrman. The Orange and Blue will have their season opener on November 7th against Baylor in South Dakota.
Class of 1980 Auburn alum Marlon Blackwell has put his education to good use. His latest project, a memorial for those lost in the War on Terror. Eagle Eye's Zach Card had the chance to discuss it with him.
I think the tenets of the memorial, which is to honor, to heal, to empower, and to unify, I think are worthy aspirations for the memorial, and something that I think if we listen carefully, I think if we act boldly and reverently, I think we can make a place where that will honor those that served and the people that were impacted. There are those over 10,000 that died, both service members and civilian contractors, as well as the many, many that returned but were injured or either physically or mentally, or just were impacted, their families and all of that.
It is going to be a blast. Alexa, you got a perfect bracket still, or what?
I'm hoping. I'm really thinking that UConn's got this in the bag.
There you go. That's that North in you.
Yeah, it is. It is. That is all we have for you tonight.
We're out of time, but for more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and check out our social media pages. I'm Michaela Kirsch.
And I'm Joe Champagne. Thank you for tuning in, and War Eagle.
For Eagle Eye TV, I'm Zach Card.
This is Ali Ferran for Eagle Eye TV.
This has been Selena Alleman for Eagle Eye TV.